Hello, I want to share this Geertop 4-season tent with you. Now, I somewhat stamped this area down and I threw down a tarp for a ground sheet. I like to put a tarp under my tent. It just helps from anything coming up through and poking the bottom of your tent. So this here is your Geertop 4-season tent, and what I'm going to do is show you how to set this up. So first off, it comes in this dry sack that has two tensioning straps here with clips. It's rolled down. Now what this is good for, if you have a wet tent and you can put it right inside this and pack it in your pack without getting the rest of your gear wet. That's a really good feature. And then when you get home, you take it out, you dry it out thoroughly before you ever store your tent. Now this here just unrolls. It has a set of setup instructions right here. Now we're going to take this out of the bag and see what the tent comes with. You can see it has one strap here to hold it together, and that makes it a little easier to get it back in the bag with that being held together like that. I'm just going to open it up. This is your main tent. That's your fly, your stakes, and your aluminum poles. This also comes with a mesh pockets for up in the top of your tent. And you have two pockets here for storing, say, cell phones and such. It's going to be hung like this. And it also has a hole through here, because this has a hook down through that you can put through this hole, and you can hang a light from it. I'll show you that feature once I set this up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this all pegged out and set up. As you've seen, I've taken the bag and I've put my pegs and such on that so I won't lose it in the snow. Now we've got about 4 inches of snow here, so it's going down and actually hitting ice. But I've also have these all ready that I just have to feed them through and pitch my tent, so that's what I'm going to do now. So this here is the inner tent. It has 2 entrances and exits. This here is exactly the same on the other side, but opposite. you'll see once I open this up. These also roll up, and they have a toggle right here. Now you can see the other door, as I said. Now I'm going to unzip this panel here, and there's a no-see-um mesh to keep out mosquitoes and such, because this is a 4-season tent. Now that there, as you see, I can roll this up, and it has toggles to keep that out of my way. And you can open this up and use it for ventilation as well if you see you're getting condensation. But this tent has many areas that has the no-see-um just for ventilation, especially on those cold nights, because a winter tent can build up condensation. So this is built right in the door, has 2 separate zippers. With the 2 doors, what's good is when I put the outer covering over, I can use this as my main entrance, and on the back side I could even store gear in the vestibule. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my feet right at the edge of this tent and show you how much room I have in there. So my feet is touching the end of the tent, and I still probably have another foot, but where I'm sleeping right here, if I slept here, I still have a good 2.5 feet on the other side. So plenty of room for 1 person and gear, or 2 people. So this here is the mesh I was talking about. I'm going to put this up top. I'm just going to hook these with the toggles. And this is the hook I was telling you about right here. So this here is the outer portion of the tent. Now, as you see up here, this is a nice heavy-duty mesh, and the aluminum poles as well. And they're strengthened to withhold and withstand the snow that you may get in the wintertime. So it's a sturdy construction, and it's meant for snowstorms, heavy winds, and even heavy rain. So that's a pretty cool feature right there. All the 4 corners just have this nice little snap that you just snap in. So it's a very quick setup for this outer edge. It also has these snow skirts that you can pile snow on top to keep all the wind and such from blowing in underneath. So this here is how much room I have. As you can see, I could sit here, I could take my boots off and such. And I'm going to have the same thing on the other side. Now these also tie back, as you see. This here is a tie out point. You can see it's heavily stitched here. And by tying this out, it prevents less condensation because it adds more ventilation, keeping the outer farther away from the inner. It also has these ventilation hoods here. It's waterproof. This is Velcroed right here. You pop that off. And it has this foam type that is covered with your polyester. And it's rigid, so you just push this up and you hook this to your Velcro, and as you see, it opens it up for ventilation. You have one on each side. This is also seam taped and double stitched. Now I'm going to leave a link down below where you can go and check out all the specs on this tent. And the price is very reasonable for what you get. I want to thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe out there and take care.